Midim local government area have called for quick and urgent intervention from the federal government to curb increasing cult-related killings. They say the community has come under siege by miscreants belonging to the aquamarine cult, as killings and attacks on residents have become rampant. A correspondent of Midim reports.
Abandoned and deserted by many, Midim community in Midim local government area of Akwa Ibom State has now become a shadow of its former self. The leaders say this is as a result of a series of attacks by a notorious cult group, Aquamarine. Aquamarine, as it now comes to be known, has been in existence in the community since 2011. It's believed that it has its root from another mother called Young in River State. Its members openly boast of protection and sponsorship by political heavyweights who believe the gang should be sustained for some selfish political interests. The residents have turned a blind eye to the atrocities of the group. There is a recent attack, assassination attempt on one Imam, in France. He narrowly escaped being killed, ran to the police station in Akwa Ibom and reported. As we speak, no investigation is done. But we could go on and
I hear them want this boy there to fire. And so many people, the man said, the people, the chief leader of Famale, really gave birth to them that an uncommon like the market, an uncommon like the market and not. I asked you, I didn't handshake, you don't give handshake. I asked you, why did people want to fire? So other people would learn.
He says his life is in danger as he has been attacked twice by the cult group for daring to tell the world his experience. He also accuses top judicial officers of complicity as he has been threatened by a serving justice of the Federal High Court in Ikotipene for daring to testify against the group. Ubom is calling for protection from the federal government so that he can return back to the peace and quiet of his home and community. From Abuja, Amadin Uyi, STV News.
Just state the lingering fuel scarcity in the country today caused many civil servants to resume work late at the Federal Secretariat, Ibadan, after the two-day Christmas break. Reports say there was a low turnout of workers at the Secretariat complex in Ibadan. In the meantime, Lagosians today heaved a sigh of relief from long lingering queues at the filling stations which characterize the Christmas and Boxing Day celebrations. Some filling stations are now dispensing premium motor spirit at the recommended price of 145 naira per litre without pressure. David Alabi reports.
Reduced waiting time at filling stations for motorists. Barely 48 hours ago, some of these commuters spent 3 hours or more. But today, in less than 30 minutes, they have access to petroleum products.
Greatly better than the one that we did before Christmas. Before we used 3 hours, 4 hours, and we see the fare by. Last week, they said 200 naira, 220 from Ugu State, Sanko, Ichoko. They are buying 200 naira, 250, but here today, we buy 145. It's higher than last week, before Christmas. This way, are not allowed to enjoy Christmas at all.
Yeah, it's cool though, because it doesn't take me stress to get here, and it's just 20 minutes. So I never saw any child never patronized or anything. So I'm fine. I can tell my fault.
One commercial bus driver says the effect of the scarcity 2 days ago made a hole in his pocket.
It affects us well, because our passengers don't pay money. Now the normal price we would carry before, now we carry. The market before we buy now, they affect us well. But yesterday, day before yesterday, no days at all. Now today, the thing day is.
Not all filling stations have the product, as some have exhausted their stock and await new deliveries. The ban to unfold the regulation of the petroleum sector, development of modular refineries continues as possible solutions to this situation. Some speculators say the scarcity may continue as major oil marketers import petrol at a landing cost of 170 naira per litre due to increase in the price of crude oil. Reporting for STV News, David Alabi.
Osun State, the joint labor unions today blocked the entrance to the state secretariat in Oshobo, preventing workers from going into their offices. They were enforcing the indefinite strike earlier announced on Friday. Reports say the union leaders and some of their members arrived at the secretariat as early as 6 p.m. to ensure that no worker resumed work. A chairman of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Osun Jacob Adekomi, said in addition to unpaid salaries, workers from levels 1 to 7 had not been promoted since 2012. Away from Osun State, the Kano State House of Assembly will on Thursday conduct a public hearing to enable stakeholders and other citizens make inputs for the approval of the 2018 proposed budget in the state. The Speaker of the House, Abdullahi Atta, disclosed this in Kano today. Governor Abdullahi Ganduje recently presented a budget estimate of over 233 billion naira to the legislature for approval of government services in 2018. Now, the concept of death penalty has been a contentious one in Nigeria for quite some time. It supports capital punishment as a deterrent. The other feels that nowhere in the world has the death penalty reduced crime. A correspondent, Babajide Lee, has more on this.
Executing inmates on the death row is an issue Nigerians don't take lightly. Whenever this issue is raised, the picture of former military of the state, late Sonny Abacha, comes alive. He was welcome to have ordered the execution of over 100 Nigerians during his reign in power. It was contended then that the trials which led to the convictions were not fair and independent. The height of this was when notable Niger Delta activist Ken Sariwa was killed. Chino Biabu is the national coordinator of the Legal Defense and Assistance Project. He says, death penalty may pander to the outrage of the society, but it does not abate or remove the crime or offense, which is the interest of government.
In the last 10 years, we have done about 120 appeals.
Under Nigeria's criminal law, there are some capital offenses that require death penalty, and such laws are soon yet to be abrogated. What do you have to say as regards this?
Most of the criminal laws of criminal trials are under state laws, the criminal code law. So we are asking that they should revise their laws to remove death penalty, especially mandatory death penalty. Because the law says that if you are convicted for murder or armed robbery, you must be sentenced to death, irrespective of circumstances of the offense.
We have problems with the police system. If our courts are not working, if it takes 20 years, 30 years to just process simple criminal cases, and we have a prison system that is crowded with awaiting trial inmates, that for me is enough evidence to show that we have a failed criminal justice system, and so it requires a rethink.
The argument here is that taking a human life does not all go well on the grounds of morality. They, however, want the state to respect the sanity of life, which is its statutory responsibility to the citizenry, and provide enough security to curb the crime rate, especially the most serious crimes. Babajide Lee, STV News, Lagos.
You're watching STV News at 7. Let's cross over now to Faith Abasa, who is making the headlines in that region.
Thank you, Vivian. Workers in both government and private sectors in River State joined their counterparts in other parts of the country to resume work today after the Christmas holidays declared by the federal government. Our correspondent who went round town to monitor the development reports that the city of Port Harcourt is still devoid of its hustle and bustling despite the resumption of work. The federal secretariat along the Port Harcourt Bar Road was still without workers as at 9:30 a.m. this morning. The situation was the same at the state secretariat as only a handful of workers were seen around. Some of the workers attributed the development to the usual attitude of workers after major holidays such as Christmas.
The governor has told us December salary, and we are expecting him to do more for us.
Basically on the fuel aspect of it, and buying fuel for 300 naira per litre is shocking and increasing the economy. Even despite the fact that governor tried to pay the Xmas salary on time, but it should not still be able to settle the situation. We also have the problem of fuel scarcity, and from reports, from news, many people could not travel, and the transport fare also gone higher.
Shell Petroleum Development Company have signed a memorandum of understanding for the distribution of gas to industries in the Greater Port Harcourt area and its environs. The Permanent Secretary of the River State Ministry of Energy and Natural Resources, Richard Hart, signed for the state government, while the Managing Director of Shell Nigeria Gas, Ed Ubong, signed for the company. Shell Nigeria Media Relations Manager Bamdilo Udubeso, in a statement, said the MOU set out their terms and conditions to guide the two parties in the development of new gas distribution opportunities in the Greater Port Harcourt area of River State. The Permanent Secretary of the River State Ministry of Energy and Natural Resources, Richard Hart, said agreement is key in the efforts of the state government to boost industrialization in River State. The Managing Director of Shell Nigeria Gas, Ed Ubong, said the partnership was an opportunity to further promote gas as a more reliable, cleaner and cost-effective alternative to liquid fuels in the Niger Delta. He said that gas was key to boosting industrialization, which in turn provided employment and improved livelihood, cementing on the significance of the MOU. The country's share of Shell companies in Nigeria, Sergio Kumbo, reiterated the leadership role of Shell in the domestic gas market. Residents of settlements around the headquarters of the Port Harcourt Electricity Distribution Company, PHED, have accused the electricity company of keeping them in darkness for over 3 months. The residents also accused PHED of failing to provide them with transformers. The protesting residents barricaded the PHED headquarters in Moscow Road with palm fronds and other items, insisting that they will remain there until the issue is addressed.
The reason is that they are blocking the fuse to close our transformer. And the closing of our transformer will not in this place till our transformer is brought to us. And that is why we are doing this protest. Yes. And everybody will be having labor outage, which don't need to be so. And most of the time, they will be coming into our community, disconnecting people for not paying this. Meanwhile, we are paying this. And we expect that labor should meet up to our expectations as host community. We want that thing. Let them go and negotiate with us today. Either our transformer, where they don't sign for us. If you like to that transformer, we let them go. We let them go. Let them come and talk for where we want. Then they man. Why don't man down? Good. Everything well they want put. We will go and let's just select it 333 like that we want.
protect you. If they face this time, this office will not go. You know what? We will not go. This post like how many months? 3 months have we planned. The community.
Our correspondent Femi Ogunkilode reports that no official of PhD has addressed the protesters at any time of filing this report. That's the news from the Niger Delta. Back to you, Vivian.
Thank you, Faith. Now, the president's son, Yusuf Buhari, was involved in a bike accident last night around Warimpa, the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. He broke a limb and sustained injury in the head as a result. He has undergone surgery at a clinic in Abuja and is in a stable condition. The president and his wife Aisha are thankful to Nigerians for the good wishes and prayers for their son. In my time, President Muhammadu Buhari has congratulated veteran broadcaster, administrator, and actors to the United Kingdom, Dr. Christopher Kolabi, who turns 85 tomorrow. President Buhari recalls the graceful life of the versatile scholar, whose achievements in various undertakings both in the private and public sector, underscores the power of discipline, focus, and integrity. The President recalls Dr. Kolabi's continual counseling of leaders and mentoring of the younger generation. And the rest of the news continues in just a moment. Stay with us.
That is what I'm saying. That we have support and that we cannot pay that, they're not going to pay the 6 months.
Then they only pay us. If Madam right, they only pay us and not pay other.
What are my points? Wait, my point is what you are not understanding. My point is whatever we are doing, we have to do from the God. But they cannot tell us that. They cannot tell her. When you tell them that I have support that you need to pay the 6 months, then you cannot pay the 6 months. They won't tell her that.
So what does that mean? If you don't send money, you are not going to
We don't even have the money. We don't have access to the account. You know that if they 3 million in the account now, you know neighbors can take that 3 million and they want others and they take that.
That is still my point, Gina. That was taken away. Did they say they will not pay us a single? Do you have a accountant? You have a accountant now. Even if you are the one to pay the single. I'm asking you, this is what you are saying. And people, that's not because they are not paying us. Do you have a accountant? That's why I said that an accountant said. He was here, he was everybody was telling me, that the accountant was doing to pay. And that they would have made them so that. So you have so much money in your account now. How much did they pay? So if they are paying us a few months, let's do this now. No, I'm not asking you. Ẹgbẹ́ understand my point. They are not saying they are not paying us. Do you have accountant to process the 13 months? Do you people have accountant to pay you? He was my junior in secondary school. I saw him yesterday night. He was not going. I said, later you are here. He said, that I know that the new accountant is going to resume tomorrow. That they are finished her training in Lagos. So he came to just finalize everything. And after that, he didn't know that he said that they were employing an accountant. That Lagos didn't want to employ another accountant. So what I'm asking now, you are talking about 13 months.
If you don't get accountant, who will pay you the same one? Not be your accountant will say, okay, this is this way. You pay me the same one, I pay them. Somebody where don't resign, where they come out. The other one has resigned and he was going, he just came to, he has been rounding up to you are talking about them. Not being to do your salary. He told me that he has, by yesterday he was rounding up. I don't know what he said. By yesterday was the last day. So he came to just balance the business so that he didn't have to take over. So if you are talking about that, who will pay you the same one?
I collected the flag. What did the flag do for him? Uncle God.
But you will confess that they paid Lagos.
From his hit track, Can't Not Talk.
Rise up. Rise up.
There's no limit to what you can do with data with Nigeria's widest data network. It's amazing what you can make happen on MTN.
And on Sports News, Croatia manager Zlatko Dalic says his scouts will watch Nigeria face Poland in a pre-World Cup friendly on the 23rd of March at the Municipal Stadium in Wrocław. Chelsea's Victor Moses and Ola Aina, Arsenal's Alexi Wobi and goalkeeper Ikechukwu Ezenwa are in line to be called up for the friendly and will be targets for Croatian scouts. Dalic revealed that the Croatian Football Federation plans to hire a coach from Rijeka who has close links with the Football College in Abuja to monitor the players in the Nigerian League ahead of the World Cup. Now, Premier League leaders Manchester City could go 15 points clear of rivals Manchester United if they win tonight at the Newcastle United. Now, Pep Guardiola and his boys will hope to consolidate on their 4-0 Bournemouth when they tackle the resurgent Magpies, who grabbed a vital 3-2 win against West Ham at the London Stadium. Manchester United struggled to force impressive Burnley to the 2-2 draw at Old Trafford on Boxing Day and are increasingly losing out in the title race. Away from football, Formula One world champion Lewis Hamilton has apologized for making inappropriate comments in a video where he appeared to mock his nephew's princess dress. In an Instagram video, which has since been deleted, the Mercedes driver says, "Boys don't wear princess dresses." Hamilton was, however, heavily criticized on social media for the clip, which was apparently filmed on Christmas Day. The 32-year-old later tweeted his deepest apologies, saying he loved that his nephew feels free to express himself. And many thanks for watching.
Bye. data with Nigeria's widest data network. It's amazing what you can make happen on MTN.
What is it?